Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is that time of year. The Sephora Vib holiday savings event is upon us. And today I have 23 new Sephora Vib recommendations for you, with the exception of maybe one. But the majority of these products I haven't talked about as much on my channel. I feel like you guys know like my tried and true staple products, and I just didn't want to have like a repetitive, like basically copy and paste my Sephora recommendations from years prior. I will leave my Sephora playlist linked down below in case you're interested in checking out other recommendations, but I also haven't done a lot of like reviews on my channel this year, and I really kind of miss doing reviews, and I want to get more into like testing and reviewing makeup next year. But I have a lot of products that I have been loving kind of behind the scenes. I feel like I just post so many Project Pan videos that I don't necessarily talk about all of the other products that I love. So I have 23 recommendations for you guys today, and I have a mix of everything. I have makeup. Do I have any skincare? Maybe no skincare. Well, one body care. Makeup, body care, a little bit of skincare actually, some like brush tools, a little bit of hair care, fragrance. We've got a good mix of it all, and I'm very excited to share my tippity top recommendations for the VIB sale with you. So if you're interested, stay tuned. For if you have yet to subscribe to my channel and you like Project Panning content, also just oh my gosh. Also just chit-chatting about makeup, not just project panning. I'd love if you'd consider subscribing to my channel before moving on. And other than that, let's get into these recommendations. I feel like I keep wearing the same shirt in every video, but like my makeup is actually different. Whereas sometimes it's like my makeup's the same, but my shirt's different. Anyway, I'm a little bit worried because I'm currently cooking a pizza, and I fear I'm gonna like talk too much and forget about my pizza and it's gonna burn. But I want to, as I mentioned in the introduction, I feel like a lot of these are like new recommendations, like not been recommended on my channel, but I have been loving so many of these products over the last like year and a half, and I just have not done a lot of like actual reviewing or like favorites videos and things like that on my channel. So I'm hoping this isn't repetitive to you guys, and I would also love to know in the comments below what you recommend for the Sephora sale, what you're planning on buying, any favorites that you would recommend to us. Let us all know in the comments below. But I'm gonna start with all things non-makeup. So maybe we'll start with the one body care recommendation I have. It's from, is it Necessaire? Is that how you say that? This is the body lotion. It's fragrance free, and first of all, I really love this because I like that it's just like very simple packaging. It looks very aesthetically pleasing out on like my bathroom counter. And this is so hydrating without being like too thick. I will say it is one of those lotions that like takes a little bit of actually like rubbing to get it to rub into the skin. But I kind of like that because sometimes I don't even like rub it in fully. Like I'll get out of the shower, I won't even rub it in fully, but like let it actually dry and soak into my skin to like just, I feel like I'm a very dehydrated galley. It's probably all of the energy drinks / coffee that I drink and not enough water. So I need all the hydration I can get. I also live in Minnesota where there's always like forced air of some kind, whether it be like air conditioning or heat. I'm just so dry all the time, dry and flaky. So I love a good body lotion, and this is one of the absolute best body lotions for a dry skin girl that I could recommend. So I wanted to talk about that. And then I have two makeup removing type of products. So I just wanted to give a shout out to the Lancome by Facile like eye makeup remover. This is something I used to use like way back in like high school, and I finally started using it again within the last like year or so. I obviously don't use it every single time I remove my makeup because sometimes I'm lazy, but you literally, it's a solution that's kind of separated. You shake it up and it literally takes off all of your eye makeup in like a couple of swipes. It's so fast and so effective, and I just highly recommend this if you have been looking for an eye makeup remover that like actually removes everything. And then I wanted to give a shout out to my Cinema Secrets quick drying makeup brush cleanser. Without this, I don't know if I would ever have clean makeup brushes because I just like hate taking the time to clean my brushes. But I literally have my little tin of this sitting out with me every morning, and I'm like, usually, sometimes if I'm in a rush, not the case, but definitely more often than not, I am like actually cleaning my brushes as I go along. And I've noticed a big difference in just like the way that I like how my makeup applies, or my eyeshadow specifically applies, when I have clean brushes. So I have the Big Daddy here, and I believe I may have gotten this end of last year, like this jumbo size, and it's lasted me like a good chunk of this year. So I believe this is like $40 or $45. Usually I want to say I got mine off of Amazon, possibly. I think it's the same price, but if you can get it on sale during the VIB sale and you're looking for a good brush cleanser for just like quick cleansing, like as you're doing your makeup because it's quick dry, I highly recommend that one. I have 2 hair care products to recommend. I have, unfortunately, fallen in love with the K18 Biomimetic hair mask, the Hair Science hair mask. I was an Olaplex #3 girl for so long, but I do think I like the K18 mask just a little bit more. I feel like it just makes my hair a little bit softer and makes it feel a little bit less dry and a little bit less damaged. I know that this is so expensive, so definitely recommend getting it while you can get it at a discount. I use mine just once a week. Usually I do like self-care Sundays where I do like a whole masking skincare routine, masking hair routine, masking body routine, where I'm like really going for it in terms of like hydrating my skin, and I just really have been enjoying the K18 hair mask. I do have quite dry hair, and it is damaged from all of my at-home hair dyeing. I swear it's still healing from my 2016 or 17 bleaching of it. Like is a situation, but that K18 mask has been a game changer. And then I wanted to give this a shout out. So I do have really thick hair, and it's not super difficult for me to get volume, but I feel like for like the fastest, quick and easy volume, I've really enjoyed this one from Vib. This is the Vib Volume Dry Texture Spray, and I'll literally just have finished straightening my hair and just like spray this in and then go like this, and I feel like it just gives me like a little bit of, let me see if I can do it really quick, just a little bit of like tousled texture with a like comb, like back combing my hair. It really gives me some good volume. Obviously I go over it with a hairspray to really hold it in place, but I also really like the scent of this, and I just have been having fun playing around with different things with my hair and really enjoyed this one from Vib. So I wanted to shout that out. And then 2 fragrance recommendations. This is not a new recommendation, but I could not mention this, because if you've been thinking about By the Fireplace, or even if you have not been thinking about By the Fireplace by Replica, like you need to be thinking about it, because oh my gosh, this scent literally just makes me happy. Like I could be in a bad mood and I'll just spray this on and it just like literally makes me happy. I'll be like getting tucked in for the night and just like sitting on my couch pulling a book out to read, and I'll just do like a squirt of this on my hands just to make it feel like I'm like out like sitting around a campfire reading my book. It is, oh my gosh, oh my goodness, I love it so much. This is my 2nd bottle of this. I want to buy, I'm planning on buying the Boy Smells Woodphoria, or is it Woodphoria Boy Smells? I think it's Woodphoria is the name of the scent, which has this woody fragrance. It's not as long lasting, and like truly if you were looking for just like the perfect fall scent, like this literally does, it smells like you're by the fireside. There's like leaves around. I describe it every single time. Someone's like strumming on the guitar, someone's singing Country Road, take me home, blah blah blah, and like you're sipping on like cinnamon whiskey. I freaking love By the Fireplace. I can't stop talking about it. It's so good, and just like trust me, just like buy it. It's so good. But also this year I have fallen in love with the Clean Reserve skin scent. I know everybody talks about this one. I'm super late to the party on this, but I love this, and I really like this on its own, but also, oops, totally missed my arm there. Also just like mixed with things. I basically wear this every single day, sometimes on its own, but sometimes I'll mix it with like By the Fireside. Sometimes I will mix it with, this summer I really loved mixing this with Juliet Has a Gun Sunny Side Up with oh my gosh, one from Dolce & Gabbana. Loved the mixture. It just, this has a very like, it is a very clean scent. I don't know how to describe it. It's just like, it's just clean and like, oh, just good. Like, I don't want to say sweet because it's not, but if like clean had a sweetness scent to it, I feel like that would be what this smells like. I love this so much. I actually ended up purchasing one of the fragrance sampler kits, and this was one of the options that you could turn your voucher in for, and I got it with the voucher, so I got a really great deal on it. And when I feel like this is gonna last me a good, still, at least year, but I would definitely get the perfume sampler again. I highly recommend the perfume samplers that Sephora offers. It's such a good deal if there is a fragrance in there that you want, because then you get to take that voucher in for the fragrance. So I do recommend those perfume samplers as well. I'm gonna go check on my pizza. Okay, my pizza needs like 2 more minutes, and we are now on to the makeup section, but I'm afraid I'm gonna forget about my pizza, so maybe I'll talk about the 2 eyeshadow palettes I have to recommend first rather than saving them for the end, and then I'll check on my pizza again, and then we'll get back to it. But I have 2 eyeshadow palette recommendations. The first one is the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette. I feel like this is just a really incredible palette, especially I feel like this would be really beautiful for the holidays, but just a solid everyday workhorse sort of palette that's not gonna do you dirty, and just kind of gives a little bit of everything. Like you can really do something really light and office appropriate, but then you can really do something very sultry and smoky and sexy, and I just think this is such a great palette. And then the other one that I want to recommend, I haven't even gotten around to testing yet, but if you are thinking about this, if you have been like eyeing, like side-eyeing the Vanessa, side-eyeing would be like a mean thing. So if you've been like doing a double take of the Danessa Myricks Lightwork palettes ever in your life, I do recommend picking up the Lightwork Volume 5 when you can get it at a discount. I'm so excited to dive into this. My Danessa Myricks palettes are some of my absolute favorite palettes in my collection, and I like it because if you are not wanting to purchase from like indie websites, or if that's something that like you just don't want to do and you want more like mainstream indie-ish, you can get the Danessa Myricks shadows at Sephora. They are like, they are unmatched in terms of how smooth and buttery and soft, and like I don't know if I've ever felt something smoother than the Danessa Myricks eyeshadows. It's incredible. Yes, some of hers have like a chunkier texture, but the smooth shade, like if you want something truly special to add to your collection as like a companion palette that you can just like pop on a fun shade, I highly recommend the Danessa Myricks Lightwork Volume 5. All right, time to take the pizza out. Okay, pizza is out. I'm super excited to eat it, but we got more to discuss. Okay, so I tried to gather like at least 1 recommendation from each category. I do have three-ish primer recommendations. The first, I don't know if you would consider this a primer. This is from Se. It is the Glowy Super Gel, and I'm eating my words here because I have shit on this product, but granted it was in the other, I almost said other flavor, in the other shade. I forget what it is now, and I don't know if they've possibly expanded to even more shades, but I hated the original one that I tried. I was like, I don't get this. This is not, no. But I have the shade Sun Glow, which is quite deep, but I love to mix this with, yes I do. I love to mix this with my Tula primer, and if I am like self-tanning but I don't want to wear makeup for the day, I will mix these 2 to make like a custom shade to match my body to my face, and I really love it for that reason. So I kind of use this as I would the Drunk Elephant Deep Bronzy Drops. That's how I personally use this product, but I really love it for that because it offers this beautiful bronzy glow to the skin. I was debating whether or not including this in this video because I feel like this is definitely more of a spring summer product for me, but I've really enjoyed it this year, so I really wanted to recommend it. And then the other 2 primers, I have the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Glow Serum. This just feels, I was gonna say like actually yummy on the skin. Like it just feels really nourishing and really hydrating. If you don't like a hydrating primer, I don't think you'll like this, but it also offers this really beautiful sheer glow to the skin as well. So I wear this also times that I'm not wearing a full face of makeup, and maybe I'm just doing like eyebrows and mascara and calling it a day, because it will offer just this beautiful glow, this beautiful healthy glow to the skin, and I am all about it. I feel like I'm going to be reaching for this one quite a bit here in the winter as well, just because Minnesota, dry skin. It's really hydrating. It feels super nice on the skin. So really like that. And then finally, I have the Iconic London Underglow Blurring Primer. I feel like this is a really beautiful primer that does offer a blur, but also offers a healthy glow to the skin. And again, I reach for this at times when I am just going in with lashes, mascara, and brows, and it blurs the skin just slightly. It's not gonna like fill every pore that I have, but it offers this really beautiful slight blur and beautiful healthy skin light glow, and I'm really like it. Really like that one as well. I have only one foundation that's actually more of it's a tinted moisturizer, and it's also from Iconic London. It's the Super Smoother Blurring Skin Tint. Again, really lightweight, offers just a really subtle blur to the skin that just kind of evens everything out. Doesn't look like, it looks like skin. Like it literally just looks like evened out skin. And if I'm wanting like a little bit more coverage for the day, maybe I'm going in with like a little bit of like a cream bronzer on top, I will use this, and I have really enjoyed this product as well. Highly recommend if you like something more lightweight that's just gonna offer a little bit of blurring to the skin, offer a little bit of coverage, just very light coverage, but so beautiful on the skin. So wanted to recommend that. I've probably recommended this concealer before on my channel, but I wanted to shout out the LYS Triple Fix Full Coverage Brightening Concealer. This is really nice and lightweight under the eyes, not heavy at all. I don't find it to be the most full coverage. I would say this is more medium coverage, but I personally like that. I don't have a ton of like dark circles to cover. I just like to make myself look a little bit more youthful, and this just is so lightweight under the eyes that I love that. For powders, I've definitely noticed a shift in my preferences with makeup, especially over the course of the last like year and a half, as I'm starting to actually like notice my skin getting older. So the two powders that I've been loving, I purchased the Givenchy Prism Libre, the mini powder, and I recommend the mini because I feel like you get a really good amount in this. I picked up the shade 3 Viole Rosé, and I really like this for underneath the eyes because I feel like this does a really nice job of blurring my under eyes and just making them look a little bit more youthful, a little bit just more evened underneath the eyes, and not heavy. I feel like there's so many powders that just look so heavy underneath my eyes. This I don't find looks heavy underneath my eyes. I haven't used this all over the face yet just because I prefer pressed powder all over the face, but really enjoyed this underneath the eyes. So I wanted to shout that out. And again, I do feel like you get a good amount with just the mini. So I recommend if you want to test it out, pick up the mini. And then with my aging skin, I have been loving, I've re-fallen in love, probably harder head over heels than I ever have, with the Hourglass finishing powder. My Luminous Light, I am getting so close to finishing this one up, and I just use this almost every single day, especially just right here, just because I feel like it adds a slight glow to my very dry and what I feel like looks like aged skin, and it just makes me feel like it looks a little bit brighter, a little bit more youthful, and I've just found it a very necessary step to making me feel more confident. So I wanted to shout this out because I think it's such a beautiful finishing powder. And I had picked up this palette earlier this year, this trio. If you're wanting like a trio of options, that is also offered. For bronzer, you guys, I have really fallen in love with this bronzer, but I use it very specifically, and it is the Merit bronzer. They sent this to me earlier this year, and I've only recently gotten around to testing this. And I have mine in the shade Clay, which I think is a really beautiful shade. It's a little bit warmer, but that's okay. I prefer something maybe a little bit more neutral cool, but I actually really like the shade Clay. I will use this on days where I'm just going in with a primer to add a little bit of dimension to my face, or even on days that like I have a tinted moisturizer, I'll use this just to, again, add that dimension. I don't use this when I'm going for like something like today because I don't feel like this offers, it's not pigmented enough to offer the bronze I would be looking for with like a full beat. But on days where like the summer, or days that I'm like racing out the door to work and I want like shape to my face, but I'm trying to be quick, this is what I will use, and I love it so much. It's so effortless and so easy. It blends so easily, and it doesn't look patchy, and I don't have any issue. It's so just effortless. It is like an effortless bronzer on those days that I'm looking for something just really quick. So highly recommend checking that one out for Merit. I've been really impressed with that one. Okay, and then for blush, I have a powder as well as a liquid blush. So the Se Dewy Blushes, I have really been enjoying. I recently got the shade Chili in the Sephora Favorite set, but I also had the shade Poppy, which I either purchased this year or last year, maybe this year. And I've really enjoyed, no, maybe last year. I've really enjoyed it because you can really sheer it out to just be this really subtle glowy color, or you can build it up to be really pigmented, but I like that it has this really beautiful glow to it. Can you tell I like a little bit more glowy skin? I feel like people could be really intimidated by this. I wouldn't go directly onto the cheeks with this, especially if you're a beginner, but you can just dot some on the back of your hand, and then like I said, you can really sheer this out depending on how you apply it. So I do feel like this can be beginner friendly as long as you don't go directly onto the cheeks. And again, that glow that it offers is just so beautiful. So that is my blush recommendation for a liquid blush. For a powder blush, I picked this up earlier this year and I freaking love this blush from Laura Mercier. This is in the shade Fresco. It is this like bronzy, this warm bronzy tone of blush. It has micro glitter running throughout it, but it doesn't look like glitter on your face. I love a good bronze moment. So like a natural neutral bronzy blush is something that I love. The Buxom Mykonos blush, we all know, has been an absolute favorite blush of mine for so long. Recently, I've fallen in love with MAC's So Natural. And so I pulled this back out and I was like, dang, this is such a beautiful warm tone bronzy blush that adds this really beautiful glow to the cheeks, which I love the glow to the cheeks. So if you like a glowy bronzy blush, like literally look no further. Laura Mercier Fresco is where it's at. And then that just leaves us with a total of 5 lip products to discuss. Love me some lip products. So I have the Merit lipsticks. I understand that these are expensive, but they do feel nice and luxe. Like they're definitely heavier. And I just absolutely love the shade Baby, so I had to recommend this. This is like one of my favorite tones for a lipstick. It is a really beautiful kind of satin finish, really comfortable on the lips. And I've really been impressed with this formula. I would not pay full price for a lipstick this expensive. I just feel like I don't need another lipstick. But if you like this shade and you can get it on a discount, highly recommend that one from Merit. I wanted to shout out the best lip oil I've ever tried. I feel like I've talked about the Clarins lip oil on my channel, but I don't know if I've like really hammered home just how much I love the Clarins lip oil. It is just so comfortable on the lips. I'm adding a little bit. I just like applying it. Like I want to like eat it. Like it feels like a luxury to be applying this to my lips. It has a fatter doe foot to it. Oh my gosh, I literally love this. I would pay and have paid full price for this. I literally don't care. I never want to be without the Clarins lip oil in my collection. I love the way that it smells. It kind of smells like maybe like a pink Starburst. It smells sweet like candy, but I love it so much. I would pay full price in a heartbeat. I want like every shade in my collection, but I don't need that. But maybe someday. Highly recommend. Best lip oil I've ever tried. Worth the price, in my opinion. And then speaking of lip oils, Kaja sent these over recently and these are so good. These are the Juicy Glass lip oil, and I would describe these as like a juicy lip product. They are supposed to be plumping, right? Maybe not. I thought maybe they were. Maybe not. They have like a slight tingling sensation or like minty sensation, but they are so pretty on the lips. I love the shade Raspberry Refresher and Rosehip Spritz. It offers like a bit of like this one, like a reddish orange tint to the lips without being too much, and this one offers just a really beautiful pink, juicy pink to the lips, and I freaking love these. They're really cute. They have these little ball shakers, like they're really cute. Kaja does it cute. I know sometimes it can be a little much, but I have been so impressed with these. These are definitely like right up there with the Clarins lip oil. This one is definitely more comforting in terms of like healing my lips, whereas this is just like a really beautiful like juicy product for the lips. And I just truly can't recommend these enough. You guys know I always have to. Flawless Forget the Filler is also just such a great lip product. I'm not recommending it in today's video because I talk about it every video, but shout out, Flawless Forget the Filler. Okay, and then the final lip product I wanted to recommend, I have recently fallen in love with the shade, or the lip product that I was wearing prior to putting on this Clarins lip oil, which I know I've talked about the Fenty Gloss Bombs on my channel. They've been a favorite lip product for so long. But the shade Riri, which I believe came out as like a limited edition, possibly for her performance at the Super Bowl last year. I have the edition with the football on here. Like, I don't know if I could ever get rid of this packaging, specifically because it has that little football up there. But I checked Sephora's website, and Riri is a shade that is available, and I love this, especially for this time of year. It's like this really beautiful rosy mauve, and I know some of the Fenty Gloss Bombs have a little bit of grit to them where you can kind of feel the glitter particles within the lip product. This one, like, if you were to look at it, you can see that there's glitter particles throughout the formula, but it feels completely smooth on the lips. Like, even like really pressing my lips together, I don't feel a hint of grit at all. And I love this shade, especially for the fall months. I think it's so beautiful. So highly recommend this shade. I love the Gloss Bombs personally, and I just think it's such a beautiful shade, so I wanted to shout it out. But after that, you guys, I feel like I've been jumbling my words because clearly I'm hungry and I've got a pizza to go eat. That is going to wrap it up for today's video. Those are my 23 newish recommendations for the Sephora Holiday Savings event. Again, I would love to hear if you plan to pick anything up in the comments below. I believe I have already posted my Sephora VIB shop with me, so if you haven't seen that video, I'll leave it linked. Go watch it. Let me know what I should and shouldn't buy during the sale. But that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to watch and for supporting me and my channel as you guys always do. I love you guys so much, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.